Hey, would you look at that? I'm just chilling at COMC's booth at the National in 2018. What's going on, everybody? RGL here. Before this video gets underway, I just want to let you know that COMC's website was having some, let's call them technical difficulties throughout the recording of this video, so there are going to be some jump cuts. But today, we are going to be showing you some best practices when pricing out your cards for sale on COMC. There's a full intro in just a second. I also want to let you know that the next COMC video on the channel is going to be a Q&A. So all of the questions that you asked in the first video in the comment section of the first video, and any questions that you might have after this video as well, drop them in the comment section below. Our next video will just strictly be a Q&A covering all the questions that you have, because there were a ton of questions in the first video. I assume there's going to be a ton of questions in this video too. So enjoy the video, and our next video will be coming out in about 3 weeks, and that, again, that will be a question and answer. Let's get into it. Class is back in session. What's going on, everybody? Run Good coming at you, and today we are taking the next step in the COMC tutorial series. And now that all of the cards that I showed you in the previous video, or most of the cards, have been uploaded into my account, it is now time to price them out. And I'm going to discuss some best practices when pricing out your cards to sell on COMC. I'm going to show you some tips, some things that I've learned over the years to help you, and yeah, give you some general advice. So this video assumes that you are familiar with the platform. This video assumes that you know how to submit cards, and you've already done that, and now you have cards in your account. Maybe you bought cards on COMC and you just want to resell them. We'll talk about that too, the flipping aspect of COMC as well. But the primary goal with this video is to give you some of my best tips and tricks, some of what I've learned over the last, I don't know, almost 10 years at this point of selling on this platform. There's a lot of data you can use. There is a lot of functionality within these search filters that I feel like most people don't take advantage of. And I'm going to show you some of that, some of the stuff that you can search for. So we'll start off the video right here. I am in my dashboard. This is what a dashboard looks like with a functioning COMC account, with a flourishing COMC account. You can see right here, I have 6,600 items ready to be priced out. So they're just sitting there. They haven't been priced out because COMC does not do that step. They will take the cards in from you. You know, you mail them in. They will take the cards from you. They will sort them, evaluate them for condition. They will catalog them. They will tell the system what exactly that card is. They will take an image of it, and they will store it. And obviously when it sells, they'll ship it to your buyer and all of that stuff. But what they will not do, that is on your shoulders, and that's why we have this video today, is they will not price out your cards for you. They don't offer any kind of a valet service or anything like that. They do have an auction service, so you can submit cards directly to auction and sell them through their eBay 7-day auctions. But their general consignment service, what they do not do, they do not price your stuff out. And so that's what we're going to do today. As I record this video, pretty much all of my cards have been uploaded. I sent in 6,500. I had about 400 in my account prior to it. So there is a discrepancy of about 300 cards. But if I scroll down here, you can see I still have some remaining cards. So I don't know. We missed the due date on those, but I don't know. I'm mostly happy. I also think I get a discount if they miss the due date. I don't know. So we are going to head over to the inventory manager. This is the seller menu right here, and you can see auction history and submit items. We want to go into the inventory manager today. So let's go ahead and click into there. And so this is going to show you everything in your inventory. But the cool thing here is that there are plenty of filters we can use to get specifically to the cards that we submitted, because that's all I care about today. I don't care about this Luca Red Ice that I just bought for $7 on their marketplace. I don't care about this Marchand. I don't want to see any of the cards that I purchased on COMC. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the show items, and I'm going to go to purchase, or not purchase. I'm going to go to originally owned. These are all cards that I submitted. So now you can see, if I scroll to the bottom, I have, if I go to the last page is 70. So some of these cards predate the video. You can see I have like this Bregman rookie from 2017. So that one's just been sitting in my account for like 7 years now. But let's go back to the first page. We have nearly 7,000 cards. So let's go ahead and start pricing out some cards. Very easy. So first card out is a select Silver Prism Michael Carter. We can see that there are 4 of them on the website. So let's walk through exactly what to do with some of these, and then we will show you some other cards. I'm going to try to cover every scenario in this video. First scenario, these ones are pretty cut and dry because these are cards that a lot of people submit. So let's go ahead. First card up top, Michael Carter Premier Level Silver. First thing that we can do, we can click this, we can click the number, we can click the price. So let's go ahead and click the set. What this will do is this will take us to the set, and we can see all of the silvers in the set that they have. If we click this one, it will show us all of the Michael Carters available on their website. So here's our first order of business. And you don't have to do this for every card if you don't want to. But if you want to take your time, you make sure you don't, sell something too low or sell something too high. This is a good start. So we see that somebody has it for $5, somebody has it for $2.25, and somebody has it for 99 cents. So can we potentially feel like this card is undervalued? Well, it's Michael Carter, so I just want to sell my card. So one thing that we could do if we're an advanced user, if we think, no, hey, this is a $2 card, we could buy this card, we could price it at $2, and then we could price ours at $2. I don't want to do that today. I'm going to take a look over here and see that the True Silver Prism, this is the one that comes out of Hobby. If I click over here, this is all of the parallels. If I click over here, I can see that the True Silver, which comes out of Hobby, is selling for 49 cents, and only 2 have ever sold. Important data points. You might not ever look at these. You can look at some numbered stuff. We can see that we can get a card to 99 of the same one, a light blue, for $5.40 right now. And so we know the retail silver is actually worth less than the True Silver. So what I want to do, I just want to be the lowest priced on the website right here. This one's cut and dry. We're going to price this one at 95 cents. And we're done. We just priced out a card. Let's go to, let me try to maybe find a little bit better of a player. Scroll down this list. Here's another good example of just a cheap card. 14 of them of this Jalen Reagor right here. Again, I can click in. 44 cents. We paid 70 cents to submit this card. So this is a card that we are going to lose money on. And if you saw my first video, you know I'm okay with that because we didn't have time to vet this. So we're just going to price that one at 45 cents and move on from it. Here are some fun ones. So here we go. We have, let's go with this Malamar right here. So this is a Pokemon card, Silver Tempest Trainer Gallery Malamar. It looks like a base card to me. I think it's just a rare. You can see it's a rare Pokemon by the star symbol on the bottom. We want to figure out what this card is worth. Man, this is a bad example. This is a better example right here. 2013 Pokemon Black and White Legendary Treasures Radiant Collection Shaman. They have designated this card as EX to near mint. So they saw something on the corners or saw something on this card to suggest that, probably a little edgeware right there. They saw something on the card to suggest that it's not near mint to mint. That's fine. How do we figure out how much this card, we should price this card at? Maybe you have Pokemon cards in your collection, but you're a sports card collector. You don't know how much a Pokemon card sells for. So the first order of business we can do, we want to click this little card number right here. So we click that card number. We can see they have none available in EX to near mint, but they do have some available in raw. And then we can see the historical sales data as well right here. They've sold 50 all time with a high sale of $8.66, which was back in 2021, so a couple years ago. But you can see the sales volume. Another thing you can do is you can hover over these little quarters on here. You can see every quarter they sell about 3 or 4 of these. Raw sells for $6.25, and then so that means ours should sell for less. So this one's easy too. We don't have to go to eBay and look up a value. We know that the raw copies, which should be 8.5 or higher, sell for $6. Ours is EX to near mint, so it's not in as good condition. We're just going to price that one out at about 75%. We're going to price that one out at $4.50 and move on. Simple enough. We have other COMC monopolies. That is what that is called, a COMC monopoly. When you are the only person to have a card available for sale on COMC, it is called a COMC monopoly. Fun little thing. I have some 2022 Wildcard Auto Mania cards right here. I wonder if I have any good ones. Do I have any good players? Here's a good one. We have a Derek Stingley Jr. Wildcard Auto Mania numbered to... They said it's numbered to 8. I think it's actually numbered to 5. Yeah, this is a set that would be easy to misidentify. This one's actually numbered to 5. I can see the 5 right there. But how do we figure out how much that card is worth? What should we price it at if we're not familiar with the set? We could just go blind. We could just type a random number. We could just write $10, hit enter, goes up onto the marketplace. Or we can do a little research. And I think this is a card maybe we should do a little research on, because even I'm not familiar with the retail or with the secondary market value of some of this wild card stuff. So the first thing we can do, we can click into the set, see if they have any others. They have a CJ Stroud, which is numbered to 8, and CJ Stroud is $98, has a condition note. That doesn't really help us too much. The next thing we can do is we can use the search filter at the top, and we're going to type in wildcard, or we're going to go wildcard Stingley. I hope I spelled his name right. Stingley, I did not spell his name right. I knew something was wrong there. Wildcard Stingley. We'll see if they have any other autos, and we can see that they actually do. They have a Derek Stingley right here, which is numbered to 4. We know ours is numbered to 5, but this one, if this was a card that was undervalued, it would not be for sale up for $4. Here's another one for 5, numbered to 5. They're asking 13 on it. So now we can see, using just data points that we found on COMC, we can see a range of value what we should ask. Now, this is Derek Stingley Jr. He's going to have a ton of cards in 2022 Panini products, which are the preferred cards, because Wildcard is unlicensed. Kind of like Panini Baseball compared to Topps Baseball, if you will. So another thing, let's take this a step further, because this is a tutorial video, and I wanna show you what I see and how I see cards and how I view cards. So let's go ahead and, instead of Wildcard, let's type Panini Stingley. We want to see what some Panini Derek Stingley cards sell for. So we click autographs, and now we see that they have 31 different examples of Derek Stingley Jr. autographs from Panini, which again are the preferred autos. One thing I like to do right off the bat, I like to see what the best one available is. It looks like the highest asking price is $30. And then you go all the way down to the bottom. The lowest asking price is about $7 for Legacy, which is a bad set. Legacy, Luminance, just kind of bad sets. Some of the early year sets, college uniform cards. So what are we going to price this card at? So here's a fun one. We have an opportunity right now, because we know that the card is about a $12 card. We have the opportunity to be one of the lowest Derek Stingley Jr. autos on the site. So let's go ahead and remove Panini, and now we're just going to type in Derek Stingley. And then we're going to filter out by his autograph. 65 different autographs on the site. Somebody's asking $170 for the 101 from Wildcard 5-card draw. All the way down to the very bottom. The cheapest ones are $4, and those are from Leaf. Now, I think Leaf is actually a pretty good comp to Wildcard. Both are kind of comparable. They're unlicensed. So we could price this card out at what we saw those other wild card Derek Stingley's out at, where they should be in here at about $12. We could, and just be lost among the sea of Derek Stingley autos. I want to price mine attractively. I want to price mine down here. So when somebody sorts by cheapest, let's go here, lowest price first, you can see this is an auction, and then the lowest price is $4, $6, $7. Ours is numbered to 5, and I want this card to sell. I don't want this card to sit on COMC for all of time. I don't care about this Derek Stingley card. Mine's numbered to 5. I am going to price it at 5. Let's do $6. Let's price it at $6. We've just stepped through the work that you should do for a card that you're not familiar with. Let's move on into... I want to do something different. I want to do like some 2022 football. So we go up here to the search filters. And let's go 2022 Panini Football. We should be able to search this out. Give it a second to think. Give it a second to load that image, or load that search query. And we should be able to look at all of the 2022 football I've submitted. Things like Phoenix. I don't think I have any Prism in my account yet. Sometimes COMC is a little fickle. I am just kind of recording this video on the fly. So we'll give it another second or so. All right, so now we are going to price out some 2022 Panini Football. Let's go ahead and take a look. A lot of these cards, I'm going to be one of the first people on the website with, just because it's newer product. And I chose to go with the select service and not the standard service, just to get my stuff up faster. So yeah, let's go ahead once again, take another look at an example of a card where I don't know what it's worth off the top of my head, and I want to try and figure out a value. Perfect example right here. Let's go with these first off the line exclusives. We have a Red Mojo Logan Hall to 7 and a Red Mojo, perfect example. Red Mojo 2022 Phoenix Logan Hall numbered to 7. How on earth do you figure out what this thing's worth? All right, let's see what data points we have available on COMC. Let's click into the Red Mojo set first. We have nothing. Have they sold any cards? You can click the include to see sold out. They've never sold these. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to type 2022 Logan Hall. Not Logan Paul, Logan Paul. Or Logan Hall. Confusing myself. All right, so our card is numbered to 7, I believe. So let's go ahead and sort this search by serial number, by print run. We can see that they have a Logan Hall Neon Splatter to 8 for $19.75. So if this autograph from Spectra, which is a more high-end set than Phoenix, has not sold and is sitting on their marketplace for $19.75, that is a pretty good indicator that that is the top of the range for our card. This one's autographed. It's from a better set. So our card is not worth $20. We can look, and we really don't get too many data points. Our closest card, honestly, is this to 10 Mirror Purple right here. You can see it's up for $9.25. One of the things that we can do, here's a fun one. Here's one that people don't think about. We can check out the item number on this one. The item number is 140 million. What is our item number? Our item number is also 140 million. So this card has not been on the website that long. Certified was a set that came out about 3 months before Phoenix. So this card right here has not been on the website too long. They're asking $9.25 for it, which would indicate that our card is probably around the same. Let's go ahead and confirm with eBay. Let's see if we can find a comp for eBay. So the first thing that we're going to do is type in Logan Hall. We're going to go over to eBay. Type in Logan Hall Phoenix 2022. We're going to see 41 total cards. First, let's see what the highest listing was. Somebody is asking $150 for the same card that we have in COMC. They're insane. They're not going to sell it unless somebody is trying to put together the whole rainbow and they're stuck. They need that one card. Then maybe they'll get somewhere near there. They do have OBO up. So only 41 cards from Phoenix listed. Let's go ahead now. I want to see what cards have sold. So I go over here. I click the little sold, and only 13 cards have sold. It looks like the highest selling one was this pink auto to 50 for $5. And then everything else is just like player breaks and things like that. So this is a player. This product's been out for about a month. He's only sold 13 cards ever in summer breaks. No real movement on this card. Not an interesting card. We have several data points to suggest that this is about a $9 card, even though we have somebody on eBay asking $150. This is a first off the line exclusive. One of the things that might happen with this card when we list it is if we try to get 10 bucks for it, and I think that that's about what I'm going to price it at. I'm going to price it at 10 bucks as well. If we try to get 10 bucks for it, somebody might scoop it up and try to think that it's worth more. Just because it's low numbered, just because it's a new card on the website. So I'm going to just try and sell this one for 10 bucks because this one is one I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to lose money on at that price. I'm not leaving money on the table at that price. Some other cards that we can look up. These are all my 2022 football. I'm just trying to look for interesting cards where we can tell a story and try and explain stuff. Here's a good one right here. This Malik Rookies from Don Russ. I have it for sale at $5. Why do I have it for sale at $5? It's actually $4.75 because I run a persistent 5% off sale. That is something that I would recommend that you consider doing, just because you can see my card right here is listed in green. So it just has that extra eye appeal. It has that 5% off underneath. And this is a selling strategy that some of the biggest sellers on COMC utilize, just running a persistent 5 to 15% off sale, something that gives your card an extra eye appeal over cards on COMC, other cards on COMC. So why am I trying to sell this one for $4.75 when somebody else has it up for $7? The simple answer, 2022 Donruss is printed to the moon. This card is going to be submitted in mass, and in 3 months from now, if I do not have this card sold, it won't be a $4 card. Regardless of the player, I guess not regardless of the player, because if this was like, I don't know, Alec Pierce, it's clearly, a $2 card or less. But it being Malik, it being one of the QBs that people chase from the draft class, It does have some value, but this is a card that is going to be submitted just because it's a paper Donruss card. These are going to be everywhere. If I don't sell this card in the next 3 months, this card might be a $2 card because everybody is going to race to the bottom. Everybody who submits one, the next person who prices it out is going to have this exact same mindset. $4.75. Okay, well, I'm going to price mine at $4. Next person comes along, I'm going to price mine at $3. And now we're racing to the bottom to try to sell our cards. Eventually, this will be a $1 card on COMC just because it's from Donruss. Let's keep it on rolling. We'll do a couple more. I'm trying to see, can we sort by print run? Can we sort by print run? And I think we can, right? Lowest print run. Here we go. Let's sort by print run. And see some of my low. Okay. But I want to see all my purchase cards or originally owned cards. I don't want to see any cards I purchased because I have bought some low price or I bought some low numbered stuff on COMC, like this Tyrion Davis Price for $5. I don't ask me why the seller sold it for $5, but I saw it was available. Okay, here is some examples right here. I think this page is going to refresh at some point, but here's some more examples of just that, you know, stuff I sent into COMC that I want to sell. Let's find maybe, I like this one. This one didn't fit my PC. It is a card that I want to sell. The card that I want to sell, this is a Kenneth Walker Spectra pink die cut. And what are we going to price this one at? So let's go ahead back on over to eBay. We're going to type in Spectra, Kenneth Walker, and see if we have an exact match. We do have an exact match. You can see that on February 19th, which is about a month after I'm recording this video, sold for $50. We have another one that sold for $20, and then we have this one, which unfortunately, as I record this video, 130point.com, which is usually the site that I would use to look up to see what the best offer was, is currently down. I guess there's a site like what's it like? Watch the Peak might also be an opportunity to go there. But let's go ahead. Let's actually look. Let's go ahead and remove this /20, and we can see all Kenneth Walker sales on eBay from 2022 Spectra, and see what we can find. Maybe gold vinyl 1/1 right there for $365. You can see most of these are autos, but I'm just looking for kind of a reassuring comp right here. I'm looking for something that reassures me that I can price that Kenneth Walker out at about $50 and feel comfortable that I'm not either pricing it too high or leaving money on the table. So I'm kind of browsing. I don't see too much, but you can kind of get a sense of like where his market is. Just the fact that this card alone right here sold for $150, which is way, way, way nicer than my card, obviously. I'm starting to feel like that $50 price point is probably pretty good. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe it sits, but right now I'm going to price that one out at $50 and call it a day. So let's go ahead and quickly price out some baseball. Not so much research right here. Here, I'm just going to go straight forward, and just kind of price some stuff out. In most cases, I would say in probably 75% of the cases on, COMC, if there is other copies available for sale, you can probably safely price yours without worrying about leaving money on the table. You do have to worry that things might be priced too high because people seem to really like to price their stuff high and park it on COMC. And if you want to actually sell through your stuff like I do, I sent in 6,500 cards. I want all 6,500 to be sold. I don't want anything to sit there. I'm not looking for cards to appreciate in value. I'm looking to sell cards, to buy more cards, to send in more cards, to sell more cards. Rinse, repeat until I have one of the largest accounts on the platform. So with a card like this, again, you can do the research. None have sold. This is from 2020 Topps Chrome Ben Baller. Somebody has one for $4. Boom, $3. That's what I said in my original video. I want an average sale or average price per card of $3 to $4. Here's another example. Josh Lowe, we have 3 of them from $7.75 all to $15. Again, I could do the work. We see 6 have sold in the last quarter, so 6 have sold in the last 3 months. We can click here. We don't have to do a ton of research. Up to $9.25. Perfect. Somebody has one for $7.75. I'm going to go $7. I'm going to undercut the market just enough that mine will be the first one sold when the next person comes through and wants to buy that one. Ted Simmons Hall of Fame signatures. Let's go ahead and skip over that one right here for now. I've already showed you how to search out those cards and try to find the value of a card that you're not familiar with. So let's just keep on going. Salvador Perez, $1.69 to $3. We're just going to go $1.50 on that one. Luke Williams, Pandora to $2.50. Here's a little fun one. There are a ton of different parallels from this set. You can see $2. There's one for $2 that is numbered to 50. So $2 is probably fine. It's also Luke Williams, so you don't need to think too hard on a card like this. Let's just go $2 and move on. Keep it on rolling, going down here. Here is one. Again, I'm going to lose some money on these because I submitted them under the guise that I thought everything I sent in, all 6,000 cards, was, $2 or more. These are 75 cents. Here's where you could do one of two things. You could say, I'm just not going to price it out. I'm going to wait until that goes back up. Okay, that's fair. So let's go ahead and click into the individual card itself, and it should load. We see this card sells on average about 4 times a quarter. That is about 16, let's say about 15 copies a year. Somebody has priced one out at 75 cents. The next person has priced one out at $1.42. $1.42 sure sounds a lot more lucrative. And so we know that this card's from 2021. It's a couple years old, but we know that these things sell for whatever reason. These blaster medallions sell. In this case, I don't want to take 75 cents. I do want to sell this card. We know that about 4 of them sell every 3 months. I'm actually going to price this one higher than the lowest price. So I'm actually going to price this one at $1.25. So I'm not losing money. But some of these, for example, this one right here, I don't know who Ryan Webb is. We have 49 cents, 49 cents, 50 cents. Okay, I'm going to lose money on this card. It's a Sapphire. Maybe Ryan Webb comes to the major leagues, and 3 years down the line, 2 years down the line, these cards are now a few bucks, Or I could just buy all these 59-cent cards out, and now the lowest would be $1.25, and then I'd be in for 6 of these. It looks like, actually, for what it's worth, he did sell 10 of them last quarter. But in a case like this, I already see the writing on the wall. These cards are going to keep coming on in, it looks like. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm just going to sell it. I'm going to sell it for 48 cents. I'm going to undercut the market by a penny. I'm going to be the lowest one. The next one that sells should be me. Maybe somebody else will come through and scoop up all those cards and try to sell them at $1 or more, like I just showed you. I'm not playing that game with this one. Here's one. No coming back from this one right here. This is a Bowman Draft Night, Jordan Lawler. If you send in a card to COMC and you see that there are 131 copies available from 26 cents, you just have to eat that loss. You just have to eat the loss. There's no coming back right here. So we click into the card. We see that it sells 31 times a quarter. So this one is selling at a sales volume. This is when the product first came out, and it sold 63. Currently selling at about 30 per quarter. That's about 120 of these sell every year, but it is a card that is submitted in mass. You can just see there's a wall. You can think of it as cryptocurrency, really. The buys and sells. It's a market of demand. Supply meets demand. Right now, there is a supply. There is a deep supply of 131 of these available. That is about how many sell in a given year. And Jordan Lawler is a top prospect. There's no coming back from this card. This card is not going to be a $1 card anytime soon. There's too many coming in. There's too many going out. The market has said this card sells for about a quarter. Maybe this card would be $1 in a dollar box. Maybe this is a card that I don't want to sell on COMC, but I don't set up its shows. I don't do the dollar box thing. And so in this case, I paid 70 cents to put this one on the website. I'm going to sell it for 25 cents. I'm going to eat the 45-cent loss, the after fees, a 40-cent loss, whatever it is, and I lose a card. That's just the name of the game. You don't have time to look up every single card that you're going to submit. Maybe you do, but I don't. And again, as you can see, I have 6,500 cards to do this with. And so when I go through and I price my own stuff out, I'm not doing this for every card. I am taking guesses on some. And some cards I'll sell for under, and some cards will just sit there. And the goal is that most of the time that I'm correct and will sell through just based off of, that's a number of characteristics is based off. It's not just based off of how you price a card. It's based obviously off of the sales volume of the player. If it's a player people buy a lot of or don't buy very much of, it's based on the hotness of the card, the set itself, and it's based on, the performance of the player. If Wander Franco comes out to start the season and crush it, maybe these new age cards from Capstone, they all dry up and they start to sell for, we have people who are asking anywhere from $1.35 all the way up to $1.22, all the way up to $5.70. Hey, maybe Wander Franco crushes it and everything on the website just vanishes, or flippers take it, and obviously everything's not going to vanish, but his cards will go up. Even his capstone cards, not just his Bowman firsts, not just his Topps Chrome stuff, all of his stuff will see that rise. If Wander Franco comes out the first month of the season and is the best player in the league, all this stuff is going to go up. In this case, I'm just going to price this one at $1.25. It's just a card that I thought was $2. I was wrong. I'm okay with that. And hey, I'm just going to move on from it. Here's a totally different card. I know I said we'd get out of here. Totally different card. Here's a Cedric Mullins to 6. Just had the World Baseball Classic happen. This is a card where there will probably be, I like to say this in all my videos, every player has a super collector. I firmly believe that almost every player has a super collector. Maybe this person met that player at an airport. Maybe they were incredibly nice to them at a minor league game when Cedric Mullins was a minor leaguer. Whatever the story is, I firmly believe that every player has a super collector. Or somebody who highly collects, maybe not super collector, but every player has collectors. Even the most obscure guys from the early 2000s, the 90s, minor leaguers who never made it. Maybe, again, the same story applies. Maybe, whatever it is. Players sell it. They don't have to be Trouts. They don't have to be Ohtanis. So, Cedric Mullins to 6. How do we figure out what that's worth? Very first thing we're going to do. Panini, what's the name of that product? That is 3-2. Cedric Mullins. See if we can find it. See if we can find that one. Again, here's the 4 of 5. So here we go. Great example right here on a card. Cedric Mullins, $33, sold on January 21st. Ours is to 6. This one is to 5. So we can probably assume that our card is somewhere in that same range. Somewhere in a $30 range. This is a very unsuspecting card. For you could look at it. It is numbered to 6, but it's Cedric Mullins. This is the type of card where you could go on COMC. This is why you need to use eBay too, because you can go on COMC. You can click Cedric Mullins. You can click serial numbered. You can click print run. And you're really not going to get the data you need right here. Or maybe you will. But more often than not, you're not going to get the data you need here. Here's a rookie Optic Gold vinyl or Optic Gold for $48. And ours sold for, $30. This is a superior card to our card. A superior card. This is an Optic Gold Prism. These are so tough to pull. And this is a rated rookie. This one's probably undervalued, truth be told. This one's probably undervalued. And we could go back to eBay to look and see if it actually is or not. I don't know how well Cedric Mullins sells. I do know that Baltimore is a market that is not particularly huge. But we have seen our card sold for $30. And we look around here. You can see a first off the line from 2021 Mosaic for $50. You can see a red refractor. So it looks like his market's very strange. Does that mean that this comp right here that I just showed you, is it just a bad comp? Is this just a couple of sellers or a couple of buyers trying to put together the rainbow of this card? You can see autographs have sold from this set to $15 for $10. So this is one of those fun $3 for a base to 25. What is this card worth? Do we price it out at $30? Do we see if any other reds are available? Because there is only 6 of them. There are no other reds available. So this leads me to believe that 2 people wanted one card, and it was the card that we have. So in this case, even though I saw that Optic Gold Prism for $50, and that's a rookie year card, a highly desirable card, I think I can get close to that for this card, and maybe not close to it, but far more. If you compare the two, this card should not be a $30 card if that card's a $50 card. But we are going to price this one out at $30, and hopefully the person who missed out on the, if that was a bidding war between 2 or 3 bidders, hopefully the people who missed out on that card see our card and we get a similar sale. And so that's kind of my mindset. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if there was anything I didn't cover, and I'll be happy to answer it in either a comment or in a follow-up video. Again, with this series, I'm just kind of trying to free flow. I'm just kind of trying to show you the COMC experience as I go through and now sell this entire batch of cards. I'm kind of showing you the whole full cycle. In the next video, I will probably bring you updates after we get all this stuff priced out, all 6,500 cards, which is going to be a task in itself. It will probably take close to a month to get them all priced out, honestly. Probably in about another few weeks or so, I'll show you a progress report on sales and where we're at. And then, yeah, we'll keep on doing these COMC videos because I'd love to show you the art of the flip, how to find cards to flip. I think that will be a video that we do very soon, sooner than later. A flipping tutorial will come out. I believe that'll probably be within the next 2 or 3 COMC videos. But let me know, leave me some comments what you want to know about COMC, what has been your barrier to entry, or what has been something that you want to learn more about. Again, I've been doing this forever, former employee, former management, I should say. So I have a pretty firm grasp on being a power user even to this day, and knowing how to do a lot of things and knowing how to find that data and finding things and showing you little tips and tricks that a lot of people don't know. And the people that do know it, the power sellers on COMC, the power flippers on COMC, they're the ones who are flourishing because they know all these little tips and techniques that they have learned throughout the course of their time on COMC. And in time, hopefully you learn them too and you take away something interesting from this video. That is going to do it for me. Take care, stay safe. We'll catch you next time on Down the Road.